Such a great story. Oh, I'm sorry, visitors. You must be here for my husband. Elsie, come down here. Well, I'll apologize for the wait, but how about I tell you a story while we wait, on the power of one. Care to hear it? I thought so. Well, my story, unlike most, has no exact beginning, for my birthday is as good as gone. Like most African Americans, I was born at home, and no one bothered to take note of the time or the place. But I like to think that I was born November 11th, 1914. But I was given a name, one that would be remembered. I was named Daisy Lee Gatson. My mother's name was Millie Riley, and everyone believed my father to be a man by the name of John. I grew up in a time when racism was a natural aspect in life. A white face was almost considered superior towards a black one. One night, my mother received an urgent message saying that my father had been injured at the sawmill where he worked. But this was a wicked lie. Lying in the bushes was my mother. My mother frantically left me in the care of my neighbors while she was away. She never returned. Lying in the bushes was her death. White men attacked her and beat her until her heart stopped. They drug her mangled body to 40-acre pond for all to see. No trial was held and no fuss was made. But at least 2 of the men were turned in. By my father, some believe so, but the man knew he faced death, so he fled. I was alone in the world until my family friends, Susie and Orly Smith, took me in. I was not told about what had happened until I turned 8. Most communities, such as mine, were segregated. Even education was separate. My best friend Beatrice Evans and I attended a poorly equipped school, but we still learned the basics. I had never personally experienced discrimination until the age of 9. My mother had sent me to the market to get some meat for dinner. As usual, the adults were helped first. But I didn't mind. I talked with a little white girl my age. When all the adults had been helped, the white man at the counter smiled and asked, "Hello, little girl, what can I do for you today?" I answered, but his smile faded. "Not you, I mean her." He meant the little white girl. When I was the only one left, he rudely explained, "You no good black's gotta wait," then handed me a piece of the fattiest meat he could find. I paid and left. I now knew how harsh the world was, and I loathed whites for it. I grew up and the world didn't change, but I sure did. I had met my future husband, Elsie Bates, at a colored high school at the age of 15. Though 12 years older than I soon fell in love with this man, though we did not marry until 1941, 12 years later. One night, I received an urgent phone call from my foster parents saying that my foster father was deathly ill. As I visited him in the hospital, he spoke to me. His last words, "Hate can destroy you, Daisy. Do something about it, because hate won't spell you a thing." Then his eyes closed forever. When World War II began, my husband and I started a paper called the Arkansas State Press. The paper had over 22,000 readers, including whites. But the paper also got us into trouble. In 1946, I was arrested for contempt of court. I was charged with printing a story that criticized a local judge. Can you believe in 1952, I was elected president of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People? It was a true honor. But I am most famous for my starting of the Little Rock Nine, an organization made up of 9 high school African-American students and myself. In 1957, I led these students to Central High School, an all-white school. Statements made and jaws dropped as members from the 101st Airborne Division of the Army escorted us to the school. In 1958, Ernest Green was the first African-American to graduate from Central High School. He was a part of the Little Rock Nine. I was very proud of him. But sadly, I died November 4th, 1999. But I left behind the same words my father left me. Hate can destroy you. Do something about it, because hate won't spell you a thing. Now where is that husband of mine? Let me go get him for you.